As you probably already know, Tamar Braxton and Jeremy Robinson was going back and forth on social media all day yesterday. Apparently, Tamar Braxton felt bamboozled because her husband, Jeremy Robinson, used her card to get a hotel with the other woman. Yeah, I had to say her husband 2 times, well now 3 times, because who would have ever thought this was her husband, how they're talking amongst each other. They calling each other friends and taking breaks and dating other people. But anyway, this is how the messiness all started. Tamar posted and said this, paid, which I think she meant to say playing in my face for a 25-year-old, shaking my head. 2 of my jewelry, took my trucks, and all along had a whole tramp. I hate you, at Jeremy Robinson, CEO. And this is what she had to say on her YouTube.
So I'm chilling and I'm watching TV and I get a notification that my card got used. Look at the date, to the Four Seasons Hotel in New Orleans. Now I know I'm not in New Orleans. So yesterday, Rob comes in and he's like, well, it's y'all business now because people are saying that I have mental health issues. And guess what? I do have mental health issues, but guess what? I am honest about my journey, and I have been honest about this person about my journey. Those of you know who needs extra help with their mental health, it took me, at least 5 years to understand that I need, medication, especially after my sister Tracy passed. Okay. All right. So, me and Jay, I called him, and I'm like, yo, you stayed at the Four Seasons this weekend? And he was like, I did. And automatically you got an attitude. And I'm like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, we cool, you know what I mean? No, we don't go together. It's very clear, but we have an understanding of our friendship, right? My card that was clearly was used at the hotel for Mr. Jeremy Robinson and his guest, Miss J. Now, I don't know what y'all want me to do with that. Because when I had asked him about it, you get nasty with me and tell me, go take your meds. So when I posted it, I didn't post it to be nasty. I posted it because he told me go take your meds. And then I took it off because really the girl don't have nothing to do with it. She pretty and she young. And the truth is all of them are pretty and young. You know what I mean? And the truth is they were both following each other and commenting on each other. And so I just, figured that it was the lady, but it could have been 4 or 5 different other bitches. You know what I'm saying? Because he's my friend and we talk about stuff. It wasn't about that. It really, honest, the truth was about the fact that when I asked you about my card being used on one of your hoes, or a trip with your hoe, you gonna tell me go take my meds. So that's why we're here. And on top of that, so because y'all know, I don't want nobody thinking I'm lying. Last night you tried to cash app me back.
Being thrown under the bus because someone can't control their anxiety, and someone can't control these delusional thoughts about things that aren't real. In this situation, I'll be very clear. I've been single for the last 6 months. We have been trying to identify what that looks like, closing one chapter and figuring out what it's like to be friends again. I've been very specific about my boundaries. I've been very specific about where we stand as friends. Go date anybody you want. I'm gonna date when I'm ready. I am emotionally unavailable to you, and I'm physically unavailable to you. Now, I went to New Orleans. I booked my room at Four Seasons on booking.com and didn't realize that the card I'm using, which also ends in the same 3 last numbers, was tied to something that we booked several months ago. No harm, no foul. We're talking $900. Stop it. While I'm in New Orleans for a funeral, my really good 25 plus year friend who passed away, I spent time with his family. I extended my stay because I needed time to reset. But I didn't stay with anybody at the Four Seasons. I'm not seeing anybody. Wasn't on a date, none of that. If I was, you're my friend. What do I have to hide about that? I'll just say cooler heads didn't prevail, and next thing you know, I'm on her story and I'm being accused of things which are just blatantly not true. I have never led Tamar Braxton on. I never will, nor will I. There are people, hate the name drop, but hey, Carlos King, you got me involved in this. You're part of the reason why we became friends. But I've been very clear about my boundaries. I've been very clear about wanting to have a friendship, but not to the extent that, friends don't throw each other on their stories and call each other out on stuff. Like, look, if there was a mix-up with the card because of Booking.com, that's a quick fix. It's already taken care of. I've already contacted the Four Seasons, and they've already issued a refund, and they charged my card. It's that simple. Where did this random woman come in that you called a tramp? Somebody I became friends with on Instagram like maybe 3 days ago? It's not cool, man. And the unfortunate reality is I thought that I could be friends and try to maintain some type of friendship, but that relationship is done. And I didn't want to come out and like 6 months ago and be like, hey, I'm single again, because then people are like, oh, you're sassy. What? This is the reason why I did it last time, because of this assumption that I'm leading somebody on and that I'm cheating. I have never cheated in my life. Find a woman that will tell you I cheated on her. It's messed up, and the truth is now there's potential defamation behind it, because I don't even know this person, never met her in my life, never even had a DM with her.
As you can see, the whole situation is just a mess. Where they messing up at is that they calling each other single and just friends. No, you are married. You are legally married. So that's mean you are taken until you file them damn papers. This what happens when you play house. I just hope Tamar get it together and that she just stay single for a while and just date, file them papers, file for divorce, and just be by yourself. Try to heal from the trauma that you're facing because of your sister. Just take it easy, Tamar, because mental health is nothing to play with. You got to put yourself first when that comes into play. But anyway, tell me how y'all feel about this messy situation with Tamar Braxton and her husband, Jeremy Robinson. Make sure you like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching Sody Cakes. Bye.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understanding.